Hi there, I'm Erin with Five Parks Yoga. So glad you could join me on your mat today for a flow and balance yoga class. So we're gonna start in a seated position today. So go ahead and make your way onto your seat. You can find any comfortable position with your legs. You can take cross-legged, half lotus, full lotus. Just make sure that your sitting bones are grounded and that you're lifting up through the crown of your head. Before we begin, I'd just like to thank all of my YouTube subscribers and members and my Patreon supporters. Thank you so much for your support of Five Parks Yoga. And if you haven't yet subscribed, please do so and then hit the thumbs up icon if you enjoy this class and make comments below. So let's begin with some pranayama, our breathing practice, which is going to be the foundation for our flow practice. So you can have a steady gaze out in front of you, or you can close your eyes, whatever feels more comfortable, just turning inward and connecting to the sound and the rhythm of your breath. So as you inhale, lengthen through the crown of your head, hold it at the top, and as you exhale, just roll your shoulders down and away from your ears, and then pause at the bottom of your exhale. And just draw your belly button back toward your spine, engage your core. And as you breathe in, just let your belly fill with air as your breath travels up through your rib cage, up toward your lungs. Pause at the top. And then with your lips closed, breathe out through your nose. Bring that audible quality to your breath by gently constricting the back of your throat, listening to the sound of your breath as it flows in and out through your nose, making each inhale and each exhale a little bit longer and slower and smoother than the one before. And we'll take 3 more breaths here in this seated position. Continue with your long, slow, even, steady inhales and exhales. You can have your eyes closed or you can open them. Take your right hand to the floor, tent your fingers, bring your left hand to the top of your head, draw your left ear toward your shoulder. So we're just gonna warm up the spine in all directions. Starting with the neck, feel that stretch on the right side of your neck. Come back through center. Take your left hand, tent your fingers on the floor, bring your right hand to the top of your head, draw your right ear down toward your shoulder. Come back to center, tent both hands on the floor, bring your chin slightly forward and down toward your chest. Feel the stretch in your neck and your upper back. And then bring your chin back through center and reach your chin up toward the ceiling, opening your throat, expanding your chest as you lift your chest toward the ceiling. And then bring your chin back toward center. Reach your arms up overhead as you take a deep breath in, and then bring your right hand to your left knee and your left hand out behind for a twist, keeping your sitting bones grounded, looking out over your shoulder. As you breathe in, bring your arms back through center, and you're gonna bring your left hand to your right knee, your right hand out behind. Keep your shoulders stacked over your hips and look out over your shoulder back toward the back of your mat. Breathe in, come back to center, reach your arms up overhead, and then bring your hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, press your fists down as you lift your chin up, and then hinge from your hips for a forward fold with chest expansion. So stretching through your hips, stretching through your shoulders. Complete your exhale in your fold. As you breathe in, come all the way back up through center, release your hands and make your way to a tabletop position. Take your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees, underneath your hips. With your breath, start to move back and forth between cow and cat. Just opening the front and back side of your body. Take one more round of cat and cow. Return to tabletop, nice flat back. Make your way to spinal balance. Extend your right arm forward, your left leg back. Keep your shoulders and hips level. Gaze steady at the floor. Breathe in here. As you breathe out, round your spine, bring your elbow to your knee. See if you can make contact. Breathe in, return to spinal balance, bend your left leg. Take your foot from the inside with your right hand. Kick your foot into your hand as you lift through the crown of your head. Return to spinal balance. Release your right hand to your mat. Bring your left foot to the left. Place it on the floor. Bring your left heel behind your toes. Tuck your right toes under. Bring your hip to your heel. Walk your hands forward. Release your forehead down onto your mat. Breathe in and out. Come back up into tabletop position. Extend your left arm forward and your right leg back. Level hips, level shoulders, gaze at the floor. Breathe in here. As you breathe out, round your spine. Bring your left elbow to connect with your right knee. Extend back to spinal balance. Bend your right leg, take your left hand, reach for the inside of your right foot. Kick your foot into your hand as you reach through the crown of your head and open the front side of your body. Release back to spinal balance. Bring your left hand onto your mat. Bring your right leg to the right. Position your right heel behind your right toes. Tuck your left toes under, bring your hip to your heel. Walk your hands forward, release your forehead to your mat. Breathe in and out through your nose. Return to tabletop position. From tabletop, make your way to child's pose, bringing your knees wide, toes to touch, hips to heels. Walk your hands forward, release your forehead down. And right away, we're going to connect the palms of the hands above the crown of the head, and then bring your thumbs to the back of your head. So you're bending your arms. Feel that stretch in your triceps and your shoulders. One more breath here. Extend your arms long. And then we're just going to make our way all the way to high cobra. So come onto your forearms, forehead, nose, chin to the mat, chest. Extend your legs long. Press up toward straight arms for high cobra pose. Release your hips down towards your mat. Take one more inhale here. And as you exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your knees up off your mat, and then press back to downward facing dog. As you breathe in, lift your right leg up, open your hip, and bend your leg. Lift your right knee a little bit higher, release your right foot toward the floor a little bit closer. Take a deep breath in. Extend your right leg long, level out your hips. As you breathe out, bring your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Set it down. Take your right toes out to a 45-degree angle. Keep your left hand on the floor. Release your left knee. Bring your right hand onto your right knee and then press that leg open, rolling onto the outer edge of your right foot, looking either forward, up, or back toward your left foot. Face the front of your mat, bring your right foot back to center, and then bring your left hip to your left heel for half splits pose. Fold over your right leg. Look past your right toes. Make your way all the way to low lunge, tucking your toes under, lifting your knee, and then step your left foot to meet your right. Come into ragdoll pose. Let your head hang heavy, your arms hang heavy. You can take your opposite hand to opposite elbow. Let the weight of your arms and gravity do its work to extend your spine a little bit longer. So the focus is on the backside of your body. Release your hands down to your mat and then slowly roll your way up all the way to standing. Come into mountain pose, spread your toes, reach your fingers down towards your mat, palms face out, shoulders relax down away from your ears. As you breathe in, bring your arms above your head so you're in tall mountain pose. And as you breathe out, cactus your arms, drawing your elbows down, opening your chest, lifting your chin. Breathe in, tall mountain. As you breathe out, hinge from your hips, come all the way down to standing forward fold. Breathe in, extend your spine nice and long, flat back here. Standing forward fold, plant your hands and step back to high plank pose. In high plank pose, cross your right ankle over your left and start to rock back and forth, coming up onto your toes and then pressing back just for 3 more rocks. So warming up the foot, stretching through the toes, the calf. Okay, now uncross your right ankle and then come back to high plank pose. Lower, shift forward and lower all the way down onto your belly. Take the tops of your feet flat to the floor. Inhale, low lift cobra. Use the muscles in your back to lift your chest off your mat. Release all the way down. Tuck your toes under, press up through high plank, and then back to downward facing dog. On your next breath in, lift your left leg up, open your hip, bend your leg. Hold here, lifting your knee up toward the ceiling, releasing your left toes toward the floor. Level out your hips, straighten your left leg, bring your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Set it down, toes rotate out, release your back knee to the floor. Take your left hand onto your left knee, roll onto the outer edge of your left foot, press that knee open as you look to the side, up or back toward your right toes. Face the front of your mat. Bring your left foot back towards center. Half splits pose. Bring your hips toward your right heel. Forward fold over your left leg. Make your way to low lunge. So look past your left toes, walk your hands forward, tuck your toes, lift your knee. Step your right foot to meet your left. Keep your legs bent. This time as you breathe in, come up to chair pose. Take your weight to your heels, sit down in your chair, lower your shoulders away from your ears. Breathe in here. As you breathe out, keep your heels on the floor and just come to airplane chair. So sweep your arms back, reach through your fingertips. Really engage through your back and then your triceps as well, the backs of your arms. Squeeze them really tight. As you breathe in, sweep your arms all the way up to tall mountain, and exhale, come all the way down to standing forward fold. Breathe in, halfway lift. Breathe out, Standing forward fold, plant your hands, step back, high plank pose. Cross your opposite ankle over your foot and then start to rock back and forth. Three more rocks. Uncross your ankles, come back to high plank, shift forward onto your toes, this time lower halfway down. Chaturanga. Come onto the tops of your feet, press up to upward facing dog so your knees are lifted up off of your mat, and then press back to downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. Lift your right leg up and step forward to low lunge. Breathe into crescent lunge and then breathe out to airplane lunge. So you're just gonna hinge forward, reach back. So arms are engaged just like they were in an airplane chair. Breathe in, come back to crescent lunge. And as you breathe out, dip your left knee down towards your mat, cactus your arms, maybe lift your chin and your gaze. Press up to crescent lunge. Plant your left heel on the floor, open to warrior two. We're here for 3 breaths. Press into the outer edge of your back foot. Keep your shoulders down away from your ears. Your gaze is soft and steady across your fingertips. Breath is flowing. On your next breath in, straighten your right leg. Left hand slides down your left leg. Nice side stretch here in reverse triangle. And then bring your arms back to parallel and reach through your right fingertips. Right hand to the floor or your shin, left hand to the ceiling. Okay, take one more inhale breath here. And then as you exhale, come into warrior two. So you're just gonna bring your arms parallel, bend your right leg, breathe in here, and then exhale, side lunge to the back of your mat. Bring your hands to your heart or to the floor, bend into your left leg, and hold here for another breath in and out. Make your way to low lunge at the front of your mat. Come back up to crescent lunge and make your way to vertical twist. So left arm forward, right arm back, twisting your shoulders over your hips. Bring your right hand to your left leg, your left hand up and back, revolved, reverse warrior. All the way back to warrior two. Plant your left heel on the floor, spin around, and then come into reverse warrior. So your right leg stays bent this time. Left hand slides down your left leg, and then extended side angle pose. Bring your right hand to the floor, your left hand toward the ceiling. Alternative is to bring your right elbow to your knee. Breathe in, reverse warrior. Breathe out, low lunge. High plank, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Upward facing dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Breathe in and out. Lift your left leg high. Step forward, low lunge. Crescent lunge, breathe in. Airplane lunge, breathe out. Reach back, squeeze your triceps. Nice long line from the crown of your head down to your tailbone. Sweep your arms up as you take a deep inhale. And as you exhale, bring your right knee to the floor, cactus your arms, maybe lift your chin off your chest. Look up. Press up to crescent lunge and open to warrior two. In warrior two, Take 3 breaths in and out through your nose, shoulders over your hips, core is engaged. Nice strong quadricep on your right leg. Nice lunge with your left knee over your left ankle. Big breath in, reverse triangle, straighten your left leg. Right hand slides down your right leg, left arm reaches up, and then maybe back. It's a side bend, not a back bend. Preparing for triangle pose, bring your arms through parallel, reach your left arm forward, or your left hand forward and down towards your mat or your shin. So your body is open to the side as your right hand reaches up toward the ceiling. You can maybe look up, a little challenge for your balance there. Take another inhale here. As you exhale, bend your left leg, bring your arms parallel to your mat, warrior 2. Bring your hands to your heart as you breathe in. Side lunge to the back of your mat, so bend into your right leg. You can have your hands at your heart or you can have them on the floor to support your balance. Breathe in and out. Make your way back to low lunge at the front of your mat. Left toes pointing forward, right behind your heel. Come up to crescent lunge. And then release to vertical twist. So your right arm comes forward, left arm comes back. Shoulders stacked directly over your hips. Imagine that your thighs are touching, squeeze them together, and then bring your left hand to your right, the back of your right leg as you reach your right arm up and back. So twist, a little back bend here. Now you're gonna take your left arm down and around until you come into warrior 2, planting your right heel on the floor. Reverse warrior, so this time your left leg stays bent, reach up and back, again side bend, and then extended side angle, left hand to the floor, right hand toward the ceiling, or alternatively, take your left elbow to your left knee. Again, your body is open to the side, your whole torso is facing the side. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, low lunge. High plank, chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. We're gonna flow that sequence without holding any postures, but find the posture before you move on. So don't just flow right through it, find it. And then on your next breath, change. So lift your right leg up, step forward to low lunge, crescent lunge, airplane lunge, crescent lunge. Dip your knee, open your arms, lift your chin, crescent lunge, warrior 2. Reverse triangle, straighten your right leg. Triangle. Warrior 2. Side lunge to the back. Low lunge to the front. Crescent lunge. Vertical twist, left arm forward, right arm back. Revolved reverse warrior, right hand down your left leg. Warrior 2, spin and open to the side. Reverse warrior, side angle. Reverse warrior, low lunge. Now if you want to try ekapada chaturanga, you're going to keep your right foot lifted as you extend back to high plank with leg lifted, lower. Little bounce there onto the top of your left foot as you press up to upward facing dog and back to downward facing dog. Big breath in and out. Lift your left leg in preparation for low lunge. Crescent lunge, airplane lunge, crescent lunge. Dip your knee, cactus your arms, lift your chin, crescent lunge, warrior 2. Reverse triangle, left leg straight. Triangle. Warrior two. Skandasana on your right leg, side lunge to the back. Low lunge to the front, lift your back heel. Crescent lunge. Vertical twist, right arm forward, left leg back, or left arm back. Revolved reverse warrior, left hand down your right leg. Spin around, warrior two. Reverse warrior. Side angle. Reverse warrior. Flow with your breath, low lunge. Ekapada chaturanga, left leg stays lifted. This is just an alternative. Lower down, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. We're gonna flow and balance now. So same sequence as our foundation, couple different postures. Lift your right leg high, and the postures, low lunge, are alternatives. So you can do what we just did again. Crescent lunge, now this time airplane or airplane lunge. Find the posture first. Airplane lunge, step lightly back, as light as you can, and then breathe in, come up to crescent. Breathe out, dip your knee down. Crescent lunge, warrior two, reverse triangle, triangle, warrior two, side lunge to the back of your mat, low lunge to the front of your mat, crescent lunge, vertical twist, left arm forward, revolved reverse warrior, warrior two. Reverse warrior, keep that right leg bent in preparation for half moon. Step onto your right foot, lift your left leg off the mat, or hold extended side angle. This time we're gonna release to prayer squat. Lightly step your legs wide, bring your hands to your heart. Star as you breathe in. Standing straddle splits as you breathe out. Hold here for 3 breaths. Your head is below your heart. Try to slow down the pace of your breathing. Halfway lift, nice long spine. Walk your hands to the front of your mat as you lift your left heel. Take your right toes out at a 45-degree angle. Come onto the outer edge of your left foot and reach your right arm back for lounging lizard. Come back to low lunge. High plank. You can take ekapada if you want. Lower down. Upward facing dog. Back to downward facing dog. Breathe in and lift your left leg up for the other side. Low lunge. Breathe in, crescent lunge. Breathe out, airplane pose or airplane lunge. If you're in airplane, take a breath in. Exhale, airplane lunge. Step lightly back. Inhale, crescent lunge. Dip your right knee down, open your chest. Crescent lunge. Warrior two. Reverse triangle. Triangle pose. Warrior two. Side lunge to the back. Low lunge to the front. Crescent lunge, breathe in. Vertical twist, breathe out. Revolved reverse warrior, breathe in. Warrior two, breathe out. Reverse warrior in preparation for half moon pose or side angle pose for half moon. Shoulders and hips are stacked. Right leg is parallel to your mat. Active fingers reaching up toward the ceiling. Your release is prayer squat, so step lightly wide. Bring your hands to your heart. Breathe into star. Standing straddle splits, heels behind your toes, come all the way down. Halfway lift. Walk your hands forward till they're even with one another. Press your hips back for wide-legged downward facing dog. 2 more breaths here. Walk your hands back so they're underneath your shoulder. Nice long flat spine looking down at the floor. And then exhale, low lunge to the front of your mat. Lift your right heel up off the mat. Left toes travel so you're in a 45-degree angle. Roll onto the outer edge of your right foot as you reach your left hand back towards your right foot for lounging lizard. And make your way back to low lunge. Chaturanga, Ekapada if you want. Back to downward facing dog. Look toward your hands. Step walker float to Malasana. Feet to the outer edges of your mat. Sink your hips down. Bring your hands to your heart, your elbows to your knees. Hold here for 3 more breaths. Nice steady gaze or eyes closed. Feel your low back and your hips opening up. One more breath. Okay, from here we're gonna come to boat pose. So if you'd like, you can use your hands behind you for support. Sit down, lift your legs up off of the mat. Extend your arms forward, shoulders away from your ears. Lift your chest, lift your chest and lift your chin. Okay, we're gonna move from boat pose to low boat. So heels and shoulders hover, extend nice and long, engaging your entire core, front side of your body. Come back to boat, and just 2 more times, low boat. Boat, low boat, boat. Now take your peace fingers, wrap them around your big toes. You can hold here, or extend your legs straight, or come to upward angle. Legs wide into a straddle, chest lifted. Okay, maybe bring your legs back together. And then you're going to come to butterfly. So bring the soles of your feet together, hands around your ankles, sit up nice and tall. Hinge forward, elbows to your knees. You can look down at your feet, maybe open them like a book so that you can see the soles of your feet. And give yourself a little foot massage with your thumbs. One more breath. And gather up your knees, bring them back to touch, cross over your ankles, and make your way back to downward facing dog. You're welcome to take a chaturanga if you'd like. Exhale. Walk your hands to the back of your mat to meet your feet so that you're in standing forward fold. Take your right peace fingers around your right big toe. Bring your left hand to your left hip. Come up to standing, bringing your right foot with you. Once you're in standing, you can stay here, great balancing posture. If you want the stretch to be added, you can extend your leg forward or out to the side. If you bring your leg out to the side, bring your left arm in opposition to your right leg, like a little counterbalance there. And then from here, we're gonna bring the right foot to left inner thigh for tree pose. Bring your hands to your heart, or you can extend them up. We're gonna hold here for 5 long, slow inhales and exhales. Keep your gaze steady. Slow down your breathing. A very grounding posture as you're building strength in your left leg, lifting through the crown of your head, rooting down through your standing foot. Okay, release your right foot to your mat. Bring your arms alongside your body. Breathe into tall mountain. Breathe out to standing forward fold. Bring your left peace fingers around your left big toe. Bring your right hand to your right hip. You're gonna stand onto your right foot and bring your left foot with you as you come to standing. You can hold here. Again, great balancing pose. If you wanna add this hamstring or inner thigh stretch, you can stretch your left leg forward. You can hold here and or left leg to the left, right arm to the right. Bring your left foot to your right inner thigh or calf or the floor for tree pose. Hands at heart or arms reaching up and wide. You can always take a chest opener too by bringing your hands behind your back in prayer. Feel your right foot grounded. Feel the crown of your head lifting. Feel your breath flowing steadily. Bring your left foot to meet your right. Bring your arms alongside your body for mountain pose. Breathe in, sweep your arms up. Breathe out, hinge from your hips, standing forward fold. Halfway lift, take your hands to your mat, walk forward, high plank pose. From high plank, roll onto your left hand and outer edge of your left foot for side plank and hold for 3 and 2 and 1. Come back to high plank and lift your right leg high for 3-legged dog. Bring your right foot to the outside of your left hand. Place it on the floor, roll onto your left heel, lift your left arm up. Breathe in, lift your hips a little bit higher. Breathe out, bring your seat to the floor for seated straddle splits. Sit up nice and tall, knees and toes pointing up as you walk your hands forward and come into seated straddle splits, stretching your inner thighs and your back. One more breath here. Walk your hands back. Bring your right leg to meet your left. Seated forward fold, lift your arms up. Hinge over your legs for a nice deep forward fold. And then come back up. Bend your legs, feet to the floor, roll back, roll forward. You can jump back chaturanga, or you can step back high plank, lower down. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. Breathe in and out. And make your way to high plank. Just shift forward. Roll onto your right side. So right hand, outer edge of your right foot. Lift your left arm up, side plank for 3, 2, 1. High plank, 3-legged dog. Lift your left leg up. Bring your left foot to the outside of your right hand. Place it on the floor. Reach your right arm up for fallen triangle pose. Put your hips a little bit higher. And then take a seat. Knees and toes pointing up, active legs. You can walk your hands forward for seated straddle splits. Walk your hands back up. And bring your left leg to meet your right. Bend your legs, take your feet flat to the floor. Roll back and step walk. Jump back through chaturanga and back to downward facing dog. Lift your right leg high. Bring your right knee toward your right wrist for half pigeon. Right toes toward your left wrist. Extend, reach through the crown of your head, and release and hold here. Come back up onto your hands, tuck your back toes under. Step back, downward facing dog. Lift your left leg up, left knee, left wrist, half pigeon, left toes toward right wrist. Set your shin down. Breathe in to stretch all the way up, and then release. Come back up onto your hands, tuck your back toes under, downward facing dog. Shift forward, high plank pose. Lower down onto your stomach. Bring your right arm to the right, palm face down. Keep your left hand where it is. Roll to the right in the direction of your right arm. Left leg comes up and over. Plant your left foot up on the floor. Knee pointing toward the ceiling. Hold here. Roll back onto your stomach. Bring your right hand underneath your right shoulder. Extend your left arm to the left, palm face down. Roll toward your left arm, planting your right foot on the floor, resting your left ear on the floor. Roll back onto your stomach. Both arms alongside your body, palms face down. Breathe in, lift everything up off the floor. Chest, arms, legs, feet. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Press back, child's pose. Just one breath here. Walk your hands back, cross over your ankles, lower down onto your back. Bring your knees toward your chest. Extend your arms to goalpost or capital T. Bring your knees to the right. Maybe rest your right hand on your left knee, gaze to the left. Bring your knees through center to the left. Extend your arms to goalpost or T. And then you can place your left hand on your right knee. Bring your knees to center. Take both hands onto your knees or your shins. Bring your forehead towards your knees. And then release to Shavasana. Get comfortable in Shavasana. Breathe in through your nose, hold it at the top. Let it go through your mouth. Relax your jaw. Relax your eyes. Relax your forehead. If you have the time, remain in Shavasana. Lift your arms up overhead, bring your legs together, point your toes, reach through your fingertips, roll onto your side. Take a moment in gratitude for this practice. Your body. Take this moment in gratitude for this practice of yoga, for your commitment to your own personal practice, the health of your body, your mind, your soul. Press your way up to a seated position. Bring your hands to your heart. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Today, as you go forward, may you have peace in your thoughts, peace in your words, and peace in your heart. From my heart to each and every one of yours, namaste.